Welcome back to Timberborn, and update 6 is here, and I have been able to seamlessly transfer our experimental save into update 6. All I had to do was copy the save game from the experimental saves folder into the saves folder, and it's working just fine. I have temporarily removed the one mod we were using, and everything appears to be just fine. So welcome to update 6. I've not looked at the update notes because I've been traveling, but I'm assuming that nothing significant has changed. That may be silly. As you know, assumption makes an arse out of you and me. So yes, we're just going to carry on playing for today. I'll have a look at the update notes probably before the next video, and maybe I'll do something more sensible. But in the last video, I had a bunch of really useful comments, and I haven't forgotten them. I've just been back and looked at the last video. Thank you to Darth Wrights. Hopefully that's the right pronunciation of the first bit of your name, and Nama. So a couple of those are regulars for helping me with how to play this game that we all love, for all of your useful comments. And we're going to work through them in no particular order. So the first one, which was actually pretty sensible, was to blast a little canal into here to top this up while we are in a temperate season. We're currently in a drought, so we'll probably hang on for doing that until we get to a temperate season, but really sensible. An overarching comment from Darth, which we're going to be working on, is essentially to turn, and we kind of have in a way, but more permanently turn all of this into a single lake. It probably won't all be the same depth because we've got this step here, so we will need to have something to manage that. Probably we'll just use some sluices, so ultimately we will end up removing this contraption, but I really like that idea, having it as one body of water. We could raise the sides up along here, but I think that's going to be a little bit inefficient. So the other thing is, at the same time, probably, well, I have spoken about deepening. I was going to say depthening. It's really bad English, isn't it? Deepening this section so that that's as deep as it can be. Again, really sensible idea. One that I had completely not occurred to me at all. We can use dynamite to make these now rather than the levees, so we'll get to that. I need to add that to my list. So let's do that. So I've done that canal. I need to do that. We'll get to the Badwater bit. With the idea of making this into one lake, what we should have done is put 2 layers of sluices here. So we'll get to that as we work on building this, as this thing dries out. Yes, I could use a cofferdam to block this off, but we won't bother to wait for it to dry out. It'll probably dry out in the drought. If not, we'll just do it at the end. So I'm just looking at my list. We've done the lake. I need to move. We need to deal with these overflows. We probably don't want to have them there because when a bad tide comes, bad water will flow out of these. So we need to fix that. Sorry, I'm rushing. I want to actually play the game. Overflows. Storage. Yes, good point number. Rather than storing, for example, bread. So in here, I'm storing 1200 bread. So what we could do is we could store our wheat. So 1 wheat goes to 1 wheat flour, which then goes to 5 bread. So what we could do is store the wheat or the flour, and that would be 5 times more efficient. So yeah, that would essentially give us the ability to store 6,000 bread. But yeah, that would have been a much more sensible idea. We're probably kind of committed now, but maybe what we'll do is we'll make this empty one be wheat flour. And then we'll have the ability to store huge amounts of food, and probably the same potato-wise, because 1 potato produces 4 grilled potatoes. So rather than storing grilled potatoes, we'll store potatoes. Not that we're actually growing that many at the moment, but hopefully that will improve. I think that was everything. So let's actually get to playing. And the first one we're going to do is the one that I teased at the end of the last video. Now, I'm not actually certain this was going to work, but how can we get the Badwater out of here? Now, some of you thought I was going to be incredibly clever and do all sorts of interesting things. No. What we're going to do, and I'm not certain this will work, but it's a trick that I used back when they did one of the irrigation changes. Because, yes, let's unlock that. Floodgates have volume when you close them. And so but when you open them, they don't occupy volume. So my thought is that if I put in floodgates, they will occupy space. Yes, it's not elegant. It's actually probably a bad idea because we don't have much wood, but I'm going to try it. It's a bit of an experiment, so yeah. What we should actually do is unpause this guy at least, so he can be pumping some Badwater for us. That would be a sensible thing to do. And then what we are going to do is probably focus on this. So what we need to do is be looking at moving the exit. Yeah, the other comment was that I could make my stairs more efficient. I'm really bad at efficient stairs, so they're going to stay as they are. What would be more efficient probably would be having storage for the things that we need up here, which are, if we click on here, I guess we need planks and metal blocks as well as logs. So let's put in some storages for, let's make a storage for planks and a storage for metal blocks. Let's get those built. Let's set them to obtain. Make sure you're prioritized by haulers. You are. And to some extent, we are going to be limited by our wood supply. Now, it might be sensible to plant a load of birch trees down here because they're going to grow really quickly. Birch trees. How far can he reach? To just past the bend in the road. So let's do that. Because they only take 9 days to grow. So in theory, kind of maybe they'll get grown quick enough that it won't dry out, have dried out. Words are a problem today. It's a bit late in the day, but it's not late. It's been a long week, as you guys probably are aware, if you somewhat pay attention to the random stuff that I post or ramble about when I do these videos. So, yep. Next thing we need to do is stick that there and then think about placing some processed sticks of Badwater. We also need to remove those. I am just going to remove them. I know we need trees, but needs must and all that. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, we probably want to be trying to join all of this up. Yeah. For now, we'll leave it. It will be okay. So we've got 2,000 food. Yeah, we're good. We could do with growing, well, we could do with our potatoes that we planted coming in. They are getting there. No, that's cool. We've got a random log thingy there. You know, it is what it is. But they've now got more of the supplies that they need to build the things, which is good. I'm going to do that. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that and that. So we need to start cutting the back of that out. Do we need to go down that far? We probably don't actually, do we? Because we're just making a runoff for the Badwater. Think, boy, think. We do a double and a single because we only want it at that level, don't we? Yeah, you do. It always reminds me of Braveheart when I talk to myself like that. No, it doesn't remind me. Well, it does remind me of Skystorm a little bit, but more of Braveheart, because Braveheart I watched when I was old enough to go and watch Braveheart. Let's say that. I had to watch with my brother-in-law. The King of Ireland. My Ireland. And has to converse with to find his equal and all that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. Pick that piece of scrap metal up because otherwise that'll bug me. We actually have enough beavers at the moment for a change, although we have a bunch of stuff paused still. So maybe we don't have enough beavers at the moment, but hey, that's okay. Yeah, you're paused because we don't need you doing anything in particular. We've got some antidote. Unconnected building. Oh, it's just let me paused. You paused as well. You could be unpaused, but we seem about. You know, we've got a lot of buildings paused. Unpause you and expand our population a little bit more. Because we've got plenty of food growing now. Carrots are up. Things are starting to dry out a little bit, so I'm going to get you in. And being watered. They are nearly ready. So that's pumping that out. Probably going to take ages for them to actually build these. So, yeah. And I'd rather they focus on building this stuff, to be honest. So, don't know what. Really doesn't matter. Get them building that. This is all going to take freaking ages. All going to take absolutely ages. Let's crank it up to triple speed. Let's get you and you going. I'm just trying to think about an easy way of getting dynamite in here. I suppose the way to do that is if I put you there. I could delete that. Yeah, you built 65% of it. Really? Really? And I guess here what we could do is then put you there and you there. Like that. And then this one, we're going to do that. And do same thing, so path and delete that. You and you there. And then I like to make these 3 deep. They don't need to be 3 deep. I've explained it so many times, but I'll explain it again just because I like explaining it. The reason I make them 3 deep is because water that is 3 times deeper than it being 1 deep takes longer to evaporate. It is not because deep water takes longer to evaporate, it is because more water takes longer to evaporate. We cool? Good. So I think I can probably pause that for now, so that the little bit of bad water we are getting, maybe are getting, can at least go into explosives production. Oh, we do have explosives, so that's cool. Yeah, so they're making progress on this. They're making progress on it, which is good. I guess I'm going to have to get them down onto it to make it watertight, which is fine. Fine. It's all quite a process. It's all quite a process. What I just wanted to do is let's lower that down and prioritize picking that stuff up, because there are logs and things in there. We're constantly short of logs and things, so yeah, it'll just help them with building. We have got an spare beaver. We've got all of our... I was going to say all of our builders' huts, but do we only have the one now? Builders' huts. No, we have two, but we have all of our builders' huts going. And we have 4 builders in there. Our 2 hauling posts are going as well. Our plank producers are producing planks. That's nearly planted. How's that looking for... Oh, we've got loads of water in there. It's actually deeper than I thought it was. So good. You can be paused. There might even be benefit. There's some of you did say about doing this. In just getting some pine tree or some birch trees. What's here? That might signal the end of recording for this evening, folks. That, if you didn't hear it, was fireworks. And my 2 dogs, there's only 2 now, are both terrified of fireworks. So if there are many more, then that will be it for this evening, folks, because I need to go and look after them. And that wasn't the result that I was expecting. So we'll put that back. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, so if there's any more, I think I'm going to have to call it for this evening and go look after them. We sit and watch Avengers when there are fireworks, because that helps keep them calm for some reason. So, bit of random insight into things for you there. Some spare gears there. Yeah, we're pretty good for food now. We're pretty good for food. Flour supply is going up. The carrots are pretty good. So we've got reasonable amount of grilled chestnuts, actually. Reasonable amount of grilled potatoes. The sunflowers are not going up. So let's fill that area up with sunflowers. We'll pause both of those. Now, I'm going to say there were possibly other comments made by other people, or including more detailed comments from the people that I mentioned. If I missed them, I'm sorry. It's a very busy week. I do value your comments, so please, if you made a comment and I've missed it, throw it in again. I will pick them up. I value your comments because I'm not awesome at this game. I love playing it, and once I get an idea in my head, I think I'm relatively good at executing it. But I really appreciate the suggestions and stuff that people give, because sometimes I need that bit of a nudge of inspiration, and then I can try and execute it. But sometimes I need the ideas. So, yeah. They are always welcome. And what I'll probably do, actually, but in a similar vein to this guy, Wondering if we should put another farm in here. We've got the beavers at the moment. Actually, that was another point that someone made, was the area that we filled in around here was probably intended to be for aquatic farming. And that's probably a really good point. So one thing that I might do is knock a chunk out of this to one level to make into an aquatic farm. So yeah, I'm already starting to dry out and lose some of these quick birch trees we were trying to get, but no, yeah, it'll be what it'll be. Right, that's back in, so that's good. So the intent will be, in fact, I think we probably could now already, to just knock those out. We'll blast those down. Did I get that wrong? No. No. Yes. Yes, I did. We want to take that down. 2. I am a dumbass. We want to do that because we want that to come down to that level so we can make it into an exit. Yeah. And then we want to put impermeable floors over all of that. Ultimately. I mean, actually, it's worked really well for keeping this hydrated. So it's kept this at 1, which has been just fine, really. So I'm almost tempted to start pumping some water. I mean, you could rebuild this in the next round. So we got a whole bunch of spare beaver. So we got space for paper. We haven't really. So I guess you could be unpaused. Let's prioritize the building of you. We could get you going, except we're not full of treated planks, so that's okay. Yeah, so let's blast that out, and then we will replace that with loose gate with a priority. 4's possibly excessive. We only had 3 last time, but that's the whole I've cut, and it needs filling. So, yeah. And these will be set to close below contamination. Let's go to 3%. That'll be fine. You pull those already? Yeah. So we do need to get the beavers in here to build some of this stuff. So let's just throw those in there, because they can't build the middle pieces. And I guess what we also need actually really, I like my teenage daughter, is an overflow. Don't sound like my teenage daughter at all. She doesn't talk like that at all. That's very unfair of me. She's not a teenager anymore, actually, so I should just shut up. She's a teenager still, actually. Yeah, just barely. But she doesn't feel like a teenager. Having left home and things. Left home to go to uni. Sorry. I'm really rambling away, but... So... How do we want this set up? Yeah. Close. Above contamination. So we want those to close. We need to synchronize those really, don't we? So 3%. 3%. That'll keep that full. Unless we change this so this can overflow out of here. That would work. I'm not adverse to that. I'm not adverse to that. So what we would do is... levies. Would that work? Yeah, I think that would work. We can test it, can't we? We can test it. I need a bit more wood to be able to test it, but yeah, we can test it. We can test all of it, because that's actually almost built well, apart from all these big holes in the middle, which may be a bit of a problem, but you know. If they could build a little bit quicker, that would be wonderful. What we're going to do is what I always do when I'm short of wood and get them to do that. And cut all of those down. Those are marked for cutting. Like those for cutting as well. Thankfully, there weren't any more of those horrible firework things that I mentioned, so that's good. We seem to have gotten away with that. Let's get those going. We're 3 days and we're actually pretty full, so I'm going to do a little bit of pumping. Let's top our water supply up a little bit. Let them get that built. That one needs to be built as well. Yeah, we might as well pump some of this water. We've got it in there. So I'm assuming you... Yeah, you're done. But what I think will happen with these is when we retract them, it'll go down. And can we see that? Can you see that? I mean, we've got the... yes, we can test that as well, can't we? Yeah, we can. We can put one of those in. They're not able to build those yet, but if they get the measuring gauge, we'll see if it works or not. Don't laugh at me. It's an idea, okay? It's an idea. So yeah, if we can get these in, that would be wonderful. We've got plenty of metal blocks, so I think we should be able to. And then what we want to be doing, it's the wrong, is while we can get in here, is landscaping. That's how you landscape with explosives. I can say it, but I can't type it in a YouTube comment, it seems. If we could get that done, that would be wonderful, please. Beavers. You've got 2 days. Okay, that's quite quickly taking its toll on our very small water store. But, you know, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about rebuilding this yet. Well, worry about that through the next time. I'm pleased this has stayed hydrated. very pleased with that. Our potato store is positive, at least. We've not filled our potato cellar yet. That's a ways off. That's a ways off yet. But yeah, water supply is holding, food supply is holding. So that's good. We're not suffering from increasing our population. Those are all in. Explosives are going in by the looks of things underneath. So you should now just stay closed. I mean, I guess I could leave it on auto because it's off of contamination. So as long as, let's say, the contamination doesn't go above 6%, that can stay closed. That gives us kind of release valve if it gets too contaminated. These are just set to open during a bad tide. These will keep this. Oh, actually, I think we just want those to do that because we've now got this overflow in. We'll just have to check that works. What I want to check is that if I close these, it doesn't leak through. So we'll close these and open these and just check what works when the water comes back. Yeah, I'm really pleased actually. We've got that done. This has worked brilliantly. We're getting a bit of a lock supply now. The food supply is getting better. Water's holding strong. We are almost at a point where we've almost got rid of all of this metal, which means we should really be building our mine, shouldn't we? Metal mine. Yeah, we should think about building that guy, which means we need access to it. So, right. And now, let's come at it like that. There is one more. Let's just ease up a little bit. Pump, pump, pump. Pump for all you are worth, beavers. Pump. Right. You can be paused. You can be paused. You can be paused. Did they get those all done? They did. Let's delete you. You there. That got done. So let's delete you and put you there. We are 7 beavers. Short. Plus we need those pumping. We have 10 beavers short. We probably need to put you over there. So we are still 10 beavers short, but we've got 17k's worth of client. But you could be paused. So we're only 6 beavers short, which is 6 horses, which is fine. Let's speed things up again. So that is flowing through into there. Let's just drop down. It's still laying all of the dynamite. So that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Speed things up a little bit more again. We need to wait for that to come through. We do need to improve our power grid as well now because I kind of broke that. So that's going to fill up. That's awesome. Yeah, if we could start building the mine, that would be good. Did they get those? You know, prioritize the placement of those so we can get that cleared out. So that's doing its thing. I'm just going to slow this down. I just want to look at the right button. The water is now, so the water's there. So if I close those, and open those, that works. I'm assuming that's going to stop. Yeah. You can stop now. Assuming this is just based on the water level. That's, yeah, okay. So that's worked. Awesome. Right, so let's back to auto, and that'll sort itself out. Just, we still need to finish doing that. So, excellent. Happy with that. So, at some point we need to put another layer of sluice gates in here so we can have this be deeper. At some point we need to actually block the end of this off so it all becomes a single river. That's kind of slightly longer term at the moment. Can't blow that up yet. I think next priority has got to be getting this mine built before we run out of metal. Well, we have about run out of metal. What not having metal there will allow us to do is put in our Badwater stream. So if I come here, so what we want to do next is about here. Stick that in, and that comes back there. So what we actually want to do is have that there. We want to have that there. We need to get rid of that dead tree. We need a staircase there. And then we need to do that. And that. And that. And that. The explosives there. And probably what I should do, because I want to be sensible, is that, so that we can blast this, put some control in, and blast this separately. That would be a sensible approach, so that we don't just have stuff sloshing through here. Right. Yeah, and I think if we make this one river that's controlled by sluices down here, it'll stop all of this stuff as well. All right, let's blow some stuff up, shall we? All right, and then once that's all settled down, we can come in here. I'm just going to make use of that to top that up. Same here, although they haven't actually placed that one yet because they're waiting for the explosives by the look of things. So it's prioritized. Yeah, we'll just get these filled back up and that'll sort out that, and then we can, and while they're doing that, delete those anyway now because we can, and we can prioritize picking them up. Same around here because we only need the one that the water dump is sat on. So yeah, and then let's prioritize picking all of those up. Then we can plant some more trees. That'd be nice. Trees are lovely. Don't know where that came from. I do know where that came from. Did I mention it's been a long week? Let's prioritise you buy haulers and you buy haulers because we need to dump a whole load of water in that blowing great hole. And actually that reminds me, we want to let's just do plant crops. Negative on the planting of the crops, beavers. And then we'll put some explosives along there. And then we'll use it to fill that up. I don't know. I don't remember how deep I made that one. Just one deep. No, see, normally I like to make them deeper. We like to go deep here. Yes, I can be juvenile sometimes. No, I'm not sorry. Okay, so we're still waiting on explosives, which is kind of a whole lot of the stuff that we have planned at the moment. We do have wood now, which is kind of a luxury. So let's cancel the tree cutting on the pine trees. Good, we're back up to 4,500 water, which is quite nice. Food situation is good. Mine is being built. Let's crank the speed up. We need the mine now, as I just said. Bad tide inbound. Actually, that'll be great because we can test our new setup. It would be nice if these explosives would get placed, and it is just explosives that we're waiting on. So let's just make that a bit of a nudge. That's just needs to be built. Come on, beavers. And just need one of you to come bloody build the thing. There we go. Detonate. So you can be deleted as well. You could have been deleted before, but you know. Plant crop. Potatoes. Plant some potatoes there. Plant crops. Carrot. We can tidy that up in a moment. Right, you are full enough, I think. So then we'll go water fluid dump. And we can just put it there on the ground like that. And we can plant a bunch more oak trees like that. They are set to be cut. So let's high prioritize building you. You're probably full enough as well. Under fluid, because it's a fluid dump, it's clues in the name. I prioritize building that as well, and there we go. Slightly neater looking, take up slightly less space. So yeah. Winds all round. I kind of feel like we might as well plant that. And we're not exactly short of wheat flour at the moment, so our little tiny area of wheat is doing us just fine. So we're going to be okay for filling up our Badwater store, hopefully. Can I blow this up yet? I can. Because obviously that will allow us to store some more water for the drought. I guess we should be aiming to put in yet more explosives. We should make it as big as we can. I should prioritize those as well, I guess. Yep, like that. There we go. I kind of like this setup. It's kind of stealthy. Obviously, it's not a huge water storage, but obviously these have the benefit that we can move the farmhouse as well. Or we can add another farmhouse. I don't think we need to add another one, so we'll just move the farmhouse from here to here. Again, freeing up a little bit of space. The random path. Okay, let's just watch that. Look at that. What we need to do is delete those so no beavers go into the Badwater. But yeah. Excellent. What I'm going to try and do is here drop in one of those because I'm kind of curious what we've got down there. But yeah, oh, I better pause all of our water pumping. We are 18 days of bad tide. I think we should be absolutely fine for that. Oh, it die off there. Interesting. Interesting. Oh well. We'll just get them to replant those. That'll be fine. But yeah, I kind of like this. Kind of like it. Who is getting them to build that? Yeah, I'm assuming it's water under there, so... So they're going to start working on this soon, I assume. One should not assume, obviously. Make, as I said, an arse out of you, and indeed me. So the mine's going in quite slowly. We're now pumping Badwater. These are kind of a waste at the moment. Whether they're going to turn out to be something stupid that I've built, we will see. Yeah. So kind of next thing is going to be getting, once this metal's cleared and this is done, getting this Badwater flowing this way, and then rather than going off the map, we're going to bring it down here. But I'm super pleased with how this is working. Have they built that yet? They have yet, so no contamination. It's full. Awesome sauce. That's as geist. We've got some spare beavers. Just thinking, what are we probably want to get our gear production unpaused. So logs, gears, and treated planks. So basically, we're going to be waiting for gears and treated planks on that one, but that's fine. Those aren't going to be connected up when they get built, but they're in no rush to build those, which is okay. And I think come the morning, we're going to call it a day, because I think we've made good progress today. And what I'm going to do is between now and the next video, try and get this dynamite placed, let them continue building this. I'm not sure if you can hear my dog downstairs. One of my dogs downstairs. And I'll just carry on playing through the bad tide unless anything interesting happens. But yeah, we'll see if we can get this placed and just make a little bit more progress. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. As I said, if you have any suggestions, stick them below. They are always appreciated. If you just enjoyed the video, click the like button or leave a comment saying you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.